Hey girl, your heels stepped on my feet.
Oh, sorry. I'm extremely sorry. Hey, Elisa, have you brought my novel?
Sorry, Kamana, I forgot it at home.
Drill 3. Hey boy, can't you walk properly?
Sorry, madam. I apologize for my mistake, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
I could not complete my homework. I'm really sorry.
What happened to you?
I had a severe headache.
I'm sorry to hear that. So meet tomorrow, okay?
Thank you, ma'am. Drill 5.
You are taking my book.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was mine.
Hello, Raina.
Hello, Sabin.
Raina, I'm extremely sorry about what I said to you in the class.
Oh, forget it.
I can't. It was a terrible thing to say. Please forgive me.
Okay, I don't mind it. Forget it. I'm really sorry for my recent action, selfishly searching for your reaction. What I did was not very kind. I don't know what got into my mind. Something wrong with my psychology. From my heart, I bring this apology. I know there are no valid excuses. Negative feelings, arguments produces. I'm really sorry. I truly care. What I did was completely unfair. Hope you forgive me over time. I feel awful about my crime. Your forgiveness I honestly plead. Without it, my heart won't be freed. Please forgive me. I miss you so much. Beautiful voice and your tender touch. Choose love. It was a sunny day. 3 old men with long white beards were wandering on the road. They saw a beautiful little house and decided to enter the house to take a rest. The old man knocked the door. The lady opened the door. The old man asked whether they have all members of the family. The lady replied, "Me and my mother-in-law are here. My husband and children will be back to home in the evening. Please let me know how can I help you." The old man told her, "Then we will wait until all members of your family return home." The lady replied, "But you look so tired and weak. I'll bring you some food. You may have some rest." They said, "No, and no problem, dear. We are not hungry, and we don't need anything. We shall wait till evening." All 3 men were sitting under a tree and relaxing. Children reached home after school, and the old man talked to them. It was almost 6 p.m., and the lady again requested the 3 men to have some drink at least. However, they denied. The woman, her mother-in-law, and children were little suspicious, as they had no clue about who those 3 men were. In an hour, her husband reached home. She told everything that happened and asked him to talk to those men. The man invited them to come inside their home. The entire family welcomed the 3 old men and requested them to get in. The first old man told the family, "I'm so sorry. All of us cannot come to your home. You have to choose one among us, as we all don't enter into a house together." The family was confused, while the first man added, "I'm love. If you want to have the flow of love and peace forever in your house, pick me." He pointed the second man and said, "He is wealth. He will give you enormous wealth." Pointing the third man, he said, "He is success. He will provide you success in all your attempts." The family started discussing about choosing from them. The lady told to invite wealth as they weren't very rich. However, the man refused and wanted to invite success and prove him to the world that he is very successful in the world. Alternatively, the children and old lady, the grandmother of the kids, had a different thought. They wanted to invite love so that the family will stay happy forever. After discussing for some time, the family decided to invite love to fulfill the desire of children and the old lady. The entire family approached the 3 men and invited love to stay with them. By hearing this, all the 3 men entered the house happily. All were surprised and they questioned. Success told them, "If your choice is something other than love, the person you choose will be with you." Wealth added that, "Just as your choice, if love, success, and wealth is accompanied by love, the place filled with love will be filled by abundance, prosperity, and success. Share love and choose to stay lovable." There were 2 bosom friends. They were walking through the desert. One of them was hot-tempered and the other one was cool and wise. Their nature was different. During some point of journey they had an argument, and the hot-tempered friend slapped the other one on the face. The one who got slapped was hurt, but without saying anything he wrote on the sand, "Today my best friend slapped me on the face." They kept on walking until they found an oasis, where they decided to take a bath. The one who had been slapped got stuck in the mud and started drowning, but his friend saved him. After he recovered from the near drowning, wrote on a stone, "Today my best friend saved my life." The friend who had slapped and saved his best friend asked him, "After I hurt you, you wrote on the sand and now you are writing on a stone. Why?" The other friend replied, "When someone hurts us, we should write it down on sand where winds of forgiveness can erase it away. But when someone does something good for us, we must engrave it on a stone where no wind can ever erase it." The hot-tempered friend was ashamed and said, "I am very, very sorry I hurt you. Please forgive me." "No, no, I am thankful to you. You saved my life today. I am sorry." Once there was a man who had 3 daughters and was a single parent to his children. One morning he asked his eldest daughter, Sonia, to wash the breakfast dishes before going to school. Not realizing that she was already running late and facing too many late notices, he was shocked by her reaction. She burst into profuse tears, again misinterpreting the motive behind the outburst, assuming that she was merely trying to get out of an unpleasant task. He demanded to dry her tears and get back to work immediately. She reluctantly obeyed him, but her anger could be clearly heard in the careless clanking of dishes in the basin. She turned back to her father and stared angrily out the window. Usually the man used to take advantage of the uninterrupted time to spend with his children while driving them to school by telling poetry or religious verse. However, the morning there were no songs, only deathly stubborn silence. The man dropped his daughter, mumbled a goodbye and moved to office. He tried to work but couldn't concentrate. All he could see was his daughter's scared, tear-stained face as she hesitantly climbed out of the car to face her teachers and classmates. The man began to realize that his timing had gone wrong with the passage of the day. He began to feel remorseful, so he decided to say sorry to his daughter and couldn't wait till mealtime to apologize. So he took permission from the school to take his daughter for lunch, and was astonished to see the surprise on her face. He led her by her arm through the corridor, and as the doors banged behind them, he turned towards his daughter and said, "Sonia, I'm very sorry. I'm so sorry. It's not that I shouldn't have asked you to help out at home, but I had no right on it this morning, without any previous warning. I upset you at a time when you most needed my love and support, just before you went to school, and I let you go without saying I love you. I was wrong. Please forgive me." Sonia put her arms around her father's neck and hugged him, and said, "Oh, Dad, of course I forgive you. I love you too." The power of these restorative words, "I am sorry," is such that they heal relationships between us and our friends and loved ones, and between us and God.
Hello, Salman. Congratulations. For what, Prakash? Don't know. You have been selected for Student of the Year. Really? Thank you for good news. I am absent for school 3 days. Hello, Saroj. How are you? Fine. And you? I'm fine too. Have you got a final? Just coming, taking the result. Which position? First position. Great. Many, many congratulations. Thank you. What's about yours? Ours is tomorrow. Daddy, I've got a medal. Well done, my son. Thank you, Dad.
Drill 4.
Mom, I got a prize.
For what?
Handwriting competition.
Well done, my darling.
Drill 5.
Many, many congratulations on your great success.
Thank you so much.
Drill 6.
Congratulations on your marriage.
Thank you.
Well done, boys. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, class. You have got the best class award.
Hooray!
The story of Icarus. On the island of Crete, during the age of King Minos, there lived a man named Daedalus and his young son Icarus. Daedalus was just an ordinary man except for one special talent. He was an inventor of strange and wonderful mechanical creations. This was a very long time ago, and in this ancient time there was no televisions or cars or clocks. Instead of the televisions, people learned what was new in the land by listening to the gossip at the local inn. Instead of car, people got from one place to another place by walking, or if they were wealthy, by riding a horse or in a carriage. Instead of clocks, people kept track on the time using sundials. And so the tiny mechanical bird that crept when the sun rose, given by Daedalus to the newborn princess to celebrate her birthday, became the talk of everyone in the land. King Minos approached Daedalus to ask if he might be able to invent something less pretty but more useful, and Daedalus did not disappoint. A few months later he presented the plans for a giant labyrinth to hold the half-man and half-bull monster known as Minotaur prisoner. King Minos was very pleased. Unfortunately, King Minos was also very greedy. He wanted Daedalus to work only for him, and so he had his royal guard take Daedalus and his young son Icarus and lock them away in the cave high above the sea. The only entrance to the cave were through the labyrinth guarded by the king's soldiers, and an entrance overlooking the sea high up on the side of a cliff. Daedalus did not mind this imprisonment at first. Whatever Daedalus needed, King Minos provided without questions: food, drink, tools of all the shapes, rare metals, leather, parchments, and even candles, so he could work late into the night. Daedalus lived happily for many years, working away on an endless variety of wondrous inventions. And young Icarus, although sometimes bored, was usually quite happy, helping out his father and playing with the mechanical toys Daedalus made for him.
Well done. Congratulations, daughter. Congratulations, son. Success and victory you have done. Well done, daughter. Well done, son. You are trying to fly the sun. Sun gives light and sun gives heat. Make your life fine and fit. Well done, son. Well done, daughter. Make your life greater and better. Congratulations, son. Congratulations, daughter. You have saved them from the slaughter. Well done, daughter. Well done, son. To save the world you were born. We are happy you have done. May you shine like the sun. Well done, daughter. Well done, son. We are happy you have done. Success. He has achieved success who has lived well, laughed often, and loved much. Who has enjoyed the trust of pure women, the respect of intelligent men, and the love of little children. Who has filled his needs and accomplished his tasks. Who has left the world better than he found it, whether by an improved copy, a perfect poem, or a rescued soul. Who has never lacked appreciation of art's beauty, or failed to express it. Who has always looked for the best in others and given them the best he had. Whose life was an inspiration, whose memory a benediction. Congratulations to them who have got success and fame.
The race. There lived a naughty hare. He was boastful. He boasted, "I am the fastest runner and no one can defeat me in any race." He often teased the tortoise who lived near a river. No animals could dare to race with naughty hare. Tired of hearing his boasting and teasing, the doughty tortoise challenged him to a race. All the animals in the forest gathered to watch the race. The race started. The naughty hare ran as fast as he could down the road for a while and then paused to rest. He looked back at a tortoise and cried out, "How do you expect to win this race when you are walking along at your slow pace?" Naughty was breathing fast due to fast running and was too tired. The hare thought to take a rest under a tree in a shade. The naughty hare stretched himself out alongside the road and fell asleep thinking, "There is a plenty of time to relax and I can win the race within a second." The doughty tortoise walked and walked, never ever stopped until he came to the finish line. All the animals of the forest were watching the wonderful race. When the doughty tortoise reached the winning post, the animals who were watching cheered so loudly for doughty tortoise that they woke up the naughty hare. The hare stretched on and looked around. He did not see the tortoise towards the starting point, but when he saw towards the winning post, to his surprise, the tortoise was going to cross the winning post. The tortoise ran with the full speed, but it was too late. The tortoise had already crossed the finish line before the naughty hare reached. All the animals were shouting, "Totty, Totty, Totty, winner, winner, winner." Many, many congratulations, Totty. The fans of the tortoise were teasing the naughty hare for his boasting. The naughty hare could not bear his insult and went to his burrow. Second race. After being defeated by the tortoise, the naughty hare did some soul searching. He knew that though he had tried hard in the beginning, he was not consistent and had grown overconfident. He was determined not to repeat his mistakes and invited the tortoise for another race. This time the rabbit was careful to run the whole distance. He did not stop unless he won the race. All the fans of the naughty hare shouted, "Naughty, naughty, naughty. Congratulations, naughty." The naughty hare was proud of winning the race. Do you want another race, dear slow master? Moral: fast and consistent may be better than slow and steady. Third race. Well, after emerging the loser in the second race, the tortoise thought long and hard. He knew that in any traditional terrain, the hare would win if he was fast and consistent. Therefore, he thought of non-traditional terrain for the race. Then he invited the rabbit for another race. Hearing this challenge, the rabbit burst into laughter, thinking that the tortoise was out of his head. But the tortoise insisted that there should be another race and the terrain would be decided by the tortoise. The rabbit proudly said, "I'm ready wherever you want to race with me. Don't get insulted again. I'm the all-time winner." The race began. The rabbit was leading in front, with the tortoise far back crawling along. Around halfway through the race, they came across a big river with fast current. The rabbit halted on the bank of the river, wondering how to cross the river. Meanwhile, the tortoise approached the river very slowly, got into the water, swam across, climbed up the other bank, ran the last few kilometers, and won the race. Supporters of the tortoise were shouting, "Congratulations, Totty! Congratulations, Totty! Congratulations, Totty!"
The marriage of the mouse. Once upon a time there lived a sage on the bank of a river. The sage and his wife didn't bear any children. They were unhappy about this fact of their life. One day, when the sage was in deep meditation, a kite dropped a sea mouse and it happened to fall in the lap of the sage. The sage thought that the god might have sent this mouse to him. He thought that if he would take the mouse to his home, people would laugh at him. So he decided to change the mouse into a girl. The sage brought the girl to his home. On seeing the girl, the sage's wife asked, "Who is she? From where did you bring this girl?" The sage narrated to her that whole story and said, "I would bring her back to her original form." The sage's wife stopped him instantly and said, "Please don't change her into a mouse. You have given her life, so you have become her father. Since you are her father, I am her mother. God must have sent her to us because we don't bear any children." The sage accepted the request of his wife. They started bringing up the girl child as their own daughter. Soon the girl grew into a beautiful maiden. By the age of 16, the sage's wife decided to get her daughter married. She asked her husband to find a suitable match for their daughter. The sage liked the idea and suggested that the sun god would make the best match for their daughter. The wife agreed upon this, and the sage prayed to the sun god to appear. When the sun god appeared, the sage asked him to marry his daughter. But the girl refused the idea and said, "Sorry, I can't marry the sun god in his burning heart. I will be reduced to ashes in his warmth and light." The sage got disappointed to hear this from the girl. He asked the sun god if he could suggest a groom for his daughter. The sun god said the Lord of Clouds could make a good match for her, as he is the only one who can easily stop the rays of the sun. The sage then prayed to the Lord of Clouds to appear, and asked him to marry his daughter, but the girl once again rejected the proposal, and said, "I don't want to marry a dark person like him. Besides this, I am terrified of the thunder he generates." The sage was disheartened once again, and asked the Lord of Clouds if he could suggest a possible groom. The Lord of Clouds said, "Wind God can make a possible match for her, as he can easily blow me away." The sage then prayed to the wind god to appear, and asked him to marry his daughter. The daughter declined the idea, and said, "I can't marry a frail person like the wind god, who is always moving." Once again the sage god sat and asked the wind god to give some suggestion. The wind god replied, "Lord of Mountain is solid and can stop the hard blows of wind easily. He can make a suitable match for your daughter." As per the kind suggestion made by the wind god, the sage went to the Lord of Mountain and asked him to marry his daughter. But the girl once again declined the proposal, and said, "I can't marry the Lord of Mountain because he is too cold-hearted." She asked the sage to find a softer groom for her. The sage sought Mountain Lord's suggestion for the same. The Mountain Lord replied, "A mouse will make a perfect match for her, as he is soft and can easily make holes in the mountain." The daughter approved the idea of marrying he mouse. Moreover, she was pleased at this proposal. The sage said, "This is destiny. You came as a mouse, and you were fated to marry a mouse." Saying this, the sage converted the girl back to a female mouse. The female mouse got married to a male mouse and lived happily thereafter.
Who is poor? There was a boy whose family was very wealthy. One day his father took him on a trip to the country, where he aimed to show his son how poor people live in this world. So they arrived to a farm of very poor family, as he considered. They spent there several days. On their return, the father asked his son, "Did you like the trip?" "Oh, it was great, Dad," the boy replied. "Did you notice how poor people live in the world?" "Yeah, I did," said the boy. The father asked his son to tell in more details about his impressions from their trip. "Well, we have only one dog, and they have four of them. In our garden there is a pool, while they have a river that has no end. We have got expensive lights, but they have stars above their heads at night. We have a small courtyard, and they have the whole horizon. We have only a small piece of land, while they have the endless field. We buy food, but they grow it. We have high fence for protection of our property, and they don't need it, as their friends protect them." The father was stunned. He could not say a word. Then the boy added, "Thank you, Dad, for letting me how poor we are." This story shows that the true wealth, as well as happiness, is not measured by material things. Love, friendship, and freedom are far more valuable.
Drill 1. Hey Sunil, wake up.
Just 5 minutes, Mom.
Dear, it's already late. It's 7 o'clock.
Okay, Mom.
Did you study late night, dear?
Yes, Mom. I studied till 11 o'clock.
Drill 2.
Excuse me, what time is it now?
It's 7:30. Drill 3. Excuse me.
Yes,
When does the bus leave from Kathmandu?
it leaves at 9 o'clock.
Thank you. Drill 4.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Would you tell us time for test?
Okay, it starts at 10 o'clock.
When should we come to school?
You have to come at 9:30.
Thank you, ma'am.
Drill 5.
Hello, Dika.
Hello, Dolma. Are you ready?
Yes, preparing. At what time we have to reach school?
At 8 o'clock. Will you come to my home, Dolma?
When, Dika?
Come at 7:30.
Okay, bye.
Drill 6.
Excuse me.
Yes, how can I help you?
Can you tell me the first flight to Pokhara?
It takes on at 6 o'clock.
How long time does it take?
It takes almost half an hour.
Thank you. Arpan's daily routines. Arpan is a student of grade 3. He is a very punctual student. He works every work in time. This is why he always stands first in the class. For this, he has made his daily routine. He follows his routine. The key to his success is regularity. He has pasted his timetable on the wall of his bedroom. He wakes up at 6 o'clock, then he gets dressed and goes for a morning walk. He comes back at 7:15. He takes his breakfast and sits for study. He studies till 9 o'clock, then he gets ready for school. He goes to the school at 9:15. He goes to the school on foot. He reaches school at 10:15. He joins school assembly. His school starts at 10:15. His first period starts at 10:15. He studies till 4 o'clock. He comes home at 4:30. He changes his dress and takes snacks. He plays till 5:30. Then he sits for study. He studies till 8 o'clock. Then he takes his dinner. While taking dinner, he watches TV. He watches TV till 9 o'clock. He always cleans his teeth before going to bed. He goes to bed at 9:15. He always says good night to his parents and prays to God for a good sleep.
Earth's beauty. The lofty mountains stand tall and the waves upload them all. The rooster crows to commence. Musicians of dolphins, humpbacks and orcas tune and play their vocal orchestra. The raven, seagull and dove sing the song. The sly rattler shakes his noisy instrument. The cricket is clicking a cool jazzy beat. Mr. Grand Waterfall cascade a steady tune. Two love-struck pigeons dance in sequence. A gazelle leaps over an innermost rock. A nifty lion roars over a hearty meal. Several young poppies bark a pretentious bark. Flowers beautify the landscape to see. Roses, lilies, orchids, tulips, marigolds, and lovely violets radiantly sparkling. Nature's soft bright prism arrayed. Hills and valleys rolling and unfolding its beauty. Two horses stand up on hind legs with hoofs kicking. Myriad of sweet fruits in abundance, food and drinks for all taste buds and palates. The green trees stand in attendance. People give praises and benefit.
Praise the Lord. There lived an elderly lady. She was well known for her strong faith in God and for her boldness in talking about it. She would stand on her front veranda and shout, "Praise the Lord!" She would give credit to God for everything she had. She would say, God fulfills each and every demand of the devotees in different ways. We should be always thankful to God. There lived an atheist to the next door of the lady. He did not believe in God. He would get so angry at her proclamations and he would shout, "There is no Lord." Once the elderly lady had to face with hard time. She ran out for money and food. She prayed to God to send her some assistance. She stood on her veranda and shouted, "Praise the Lord! God, I need food. I am having a hard time. Please, Lord, send me some groceries." The next morning, the lady went out on her porch and noted a large bag of groceries and shouted, "Thank you, Lord." The neighbor jumped from behind a bush and said, "Aha, I told you there was no Lord. I bought those groceries. God didn't." The lady started jumping up and down and clapping her hands and said, "Praise the Lord. He not only sent me groceries, but he made the devil pay for them. Praise the Lord."
Just 1 minute, please. There lived a person. He was not rich in the beginning of his life. He started a business and earned a lot of money. He worked very hard. He did not take a rest. He did not even wear a new dress. He did not spend time with his family. He did not enjoy his life. He had only one thing in his mind, and that was to earn a lot of money to enjoy life later. In this process, he did not know how fast he passed his life. He became the richest man of the world. When he hoarded a lot of money and settled his family, he decided to enjoy a luxury life. The man had built a luxury house of all the facilities. There was each and every facility to enjoy his life. The man thought to pass a luxurious life without any work and tension, but he had become very old and weak due to overwork and lack of care. But he thought he couldn't get all this youth and strength by his wealth. Just when he made this decision, an angel of death came to him. Being a very wealthy person, he decided to buy some more time from the angel of the death at any cost. He bargained for a long time, but the angel unmoved. He was ready to pay as much money as the angel wanted to get a long age. The angel said, "You have no time to remain on the earth. Your time is over, and I can't change this universal rule." The wealthy man was very desperate. He made the last offer and said, "Please give me 1 year only to enjoy my wealth." The angel said, "Sorry, it's not possible. You are talking nonsense and wasting my time." Then the man again requested, "Give me just 6 months." Sorry, not possible, said the angel. Just 1 month. Sorry, it's not possible. Just 15 days. Sorry, it's impossible. Just 1 week. Not possible, said the angel. Just 1 day. Sorry, no chance. Now get ready. I am going to stop your last breath. The man was shivering, sweating, and weeping. He was joining his hands and knelt down and said, Please give me just 1 hour of my life so that I could admire the beauty of the earth for the last time and spend some time with my friends and family, whom I haven't seen for a long time while hoarding affluence, and I will give you all of my wealth. Nonsense, 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 said the angel. Finally, the man asked if the angel could give him at least 1 minute so that he could write a goodbye note. His wish was granted, and he wrote a note. I passed whole my life hoarding wealth and neglecting all other beautiful things of life. I could not realize the value of time while collecting money. So spend your time which was given to you in the right way. I bought everything of the world, but I could not buy even an hour of my life with all my wealth. Listen to your heart and check if the things surrounding you have a true value. Cherish every minute of your life. Goodbye, the richest man of the world.
The Lost Lands and the Ant. Brenda was a young woman that wanted to learn to go rock climbing. Although she was scared to death, she went with a group and they faced this tremendous cliff of rock, particularly perpendicularly. In spite of her fear, she put on the gear and she took a hold of rope and she started up the face of that rock. Well, she got to a place where she could take a breather. As she was hanging on there, whoever was holding the rope up at the top of the cliff made a mistake and broke the rope against Brenda's eye and knocked out her contact lens. You know how tiny contact lenses are and how almost impossible to find them. Well, here she is on a rock edge with who knows how many hundreds of feet behind and hundreds of feet above her. Of course, she looked and looked and looked, hoping that she would be able to find that contact lens. Here she was, very far from home. Her sight was now dim. She was very upset by the fact that she wouldn't be anywhere near a place where she could get a new contact lens, and she prayed that the Lord would help her to find it. Well, her last hope was that perhaps when she got to the top of the cliff, one of the girls that was up there on the top might be able to find her contact lens in the corner of her eye. When she got to the top, a friend examined her eye. There was no contact lens to be found. She sat down with the rest of her party, waiting for the rest of them to come up the face of the cliff. She looked out across range after range of mountains, thinking of the Bible verse that says, The eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth. She thought, Lord, you can see all these mountains. You know every single stone and leaf that's on those mountains, and you know exactly where my contact lens is. Finally, the time came when it was time to go down. They walked down the track to the bottom. Just as they got there, there was a new party of rock climbers coming along. As one of them started off the face of the cliff, she shouted out, Hey you guys, anybody lose a contact lens? Well, that would be surprise enough, wouldn't it? She had found the contact lens, but you know why she saw it. An ant was carrying that contact lens and moving slowly across the face of the rock. What does that tell you about the God of the universe? Is he in charge of tiniest things? Do ants matter to him? Of course they do. He made them. He designed them. Brenda told me that her father is a cartoonist. When she told him this incredible story, he drew a picture of that ant carrying the contact lens with the words, Lord, I don't know why you want me to carry this thing. I can't eat it and it's awfully heavy. But if this is what you want me to do, I'll carry it for you. If God is in charge of the ants, don't you think he cares about you and me? I guess Solomon was right. One could learn a valuable lesson from that ant. Trust in God. We could probably all say a little more often, God, I don't know why you want me to carry this load. I see no good in it, and it's awfully heavy. Still, if you want me to, I'll carry it for you.
Drill 1.
Hello, Shoni.
Hello, Mala. What can I do for you?
Can you solve this sum?
Oh, sorry, I can't solve mathematical problem.
Drill 2. Can you climb this coconut tree, Bill?
Sorry, Mom, I can't climb.
Drill 3.
Can you speak Chinese language?
Yes, I can.
Can you ride bicycle?
Sorry, I can't.
Can you live without oxygen?
No, we can't live without oxygen. Drill 4.
Can you help me with my homework, Mom?
Yes, I can.
Drill 5.
Can you play the guitar?
Yes, I can. God has created so many things to maintain balance. He has given us many talents to enjoy our life. We human beings are not so strong like elephants and lions, but we can do amazing things. One elephant can defeat many people, but we can't defeat it. God has given us mental power by which we can control all other animals and birds. Birds have got power to fly. Lions, tigers, elephants, whale, deer, rhinoceros, etc. are powerful animals. But they can't control human beings because God has not given them mental power. They can use their physical power, but they don't have mental power like human beings. This is why we human beings can control all over the world. God has given each and every animal a special quality to protect themselves. They can protect themselves using these qualities. Birds can fly and fish can swim. Fish can't fly and birds can't swim, but human beings can do the both work by using its mind.
What can we do? Together we can illuminate the world. Together we can try to save a smile. Together we can help out a friend and be each other's friend. Together we can. Together we can fly planes and navigate ships. Together we can build houses and help our neighbors. Together we can start families and create bonds that will last a lifetime. Together we can. Together we can compare and contrast, looking for the greater qualities each other possesses. Together we can hold on tight and know that whatever happens, there always is a friend. Together we can fight against all odds, swim across any ocean, fly any sky, and break through any obstacle. Together we can. Who are we, you ask? Who is capable of these great feats? We are every man, every woman, every child, and every elder that you will ever meet. Can and can't. You will be sad when you do bad. You can't do good when you are sad. Can and can't decide the line, to be bad or to be fine. You can do everything under the rules. You can't do anything above the rules. If you do anything out of rule, you will be called an angry bull. Together we can do all, and separate we can sure fall. United we can stand ever, divided we can stand never. Birds' world. Birds are one of the most amazing creations of the Creator. There are many kinds of birds. They are most delightful and beautiful creation. We can see many birds flying in the sky. If you go to the forest, we can hear birds singing, chirping, tweeting, and dancing in their colorful feathers. Birds are of different sizes. Some birds are very large and some birds are very small. Have you seen an ostrich? It is the largest bird of all. What do you know about ostrich? While talking about birds, one thing generally comes in our minds, that all birds fly. But it is not true. Some birds can't fly. Ostriches can't fly like other birds, but they can run very fast. Hummingbirds are small in size. They can't run fast, but they can fly. Penguins also can't fly because of heavy body. Kiwis also can't fly because they don't have wings. What kinds of birds have you seen in your surroundings? Can you name some of them? Birds can do amazing things. Do you know what the most amazing thing is? Wright brothers were amazed while looking at the flying birds in the sky. They wondered how birds could fly and they invented the aeroplane. Not only this, birds are famous for their sweet songs also. Some birds can sing sweet songs. The sound of cuckoo sounds is very much. Nightingale also sings sweetly. Hawks and eagles can fly very high in the sky. Some birds can fly a long distance, such as cranes. Have you seen a large group of birds flying in the sky in line? Some birds come to Nepal from Siberia in the winter to escape from extreme cold and go back in the summer. These birds are called migrant birds. Birds can fly with their wings. They can sit on a small branch easily. Their body is covered with soft feathers. Their feathers are colorful. They keep them warm. Have you ever seen a peacock? Its feathers are very colorful and attractive. Their dance delight each and everyone. Birds can fly with the help of their wings. Birds can make beautiful nests. Some birds make very attractive nests which look very beautiful. They are great architects. They lay eggs in their nest. They hatch eggs and birdlings comes out. They take care of their babies. Birds are peace-loving, but if anyone tries to approach their nests and babies, they attack fiercely. Have you seen crows during its hatching time? Birds hover around their nests and attack men, cats, and others if they come around their trees or nets. Most birds can't swim, but dogs can swim so gracefully. Bird's mouth is known as beak. Birds can do many work to survive their beaks. They can catch worms with their beaks. They make their nests carrying grass, straws, and leaves in their beaks. Have you seen an eagle flying with a snake, catching with its paws? Eagles can kill big snakes and fly high carrying them. Isn't it wonderful? Some birds can copy human voice like parrots. They can speak like human beings. This is why we make them pet. They can imitate so many words and sentences of ours. We human beings can't do so many things which some birds can do. The world of birds is really beautiful and wonderful.
What can animals do? Elephants are unique animals that live in a part of Africa and Asia. There are two types of elephants, the Asian elephants and the African elephants. Elephants are the largest land-living mammal in the world. Both female and male African elephants have tusks, but the only male Asian elephants have tusks. They use their tusks for digging, picking, holding, and finding food. Female elephants are called cows. They start to have calves when they are about 12 years old and they are pregnant for 22 months. An elephant can use its tusks to dig for groundwater. An adult elephant needs to drink around 210 liters of water a day. Elephants have large, thin ears. Their ears are made up of a complex network of blood vessels which help regulate their temperature. Blood is circulated through their ears to cool them down in hot climates. Elephants have no natural predators. However, lions sometimes prey on young or weak elephants in the wild. The main risk of to elephants is from humans through poaching and changing to their habitat. The elephant's trunk is able to sense the size, shape, and temperature of an object. An elephant uses its trunk to lift food and suck up water, then pour it into its mouth. An elephant's trunk can grow 2 meters long and can weigh up to 140 kg. Some scientists believe that an elephant's trunk is made up of 1 lakh muscles but no bones. Female elephants spend their entire life living in a large group called herds. Male elephants leave their herd at about 13 years old and live fairly solitary lives from this point. Elephants can swim. They use their trunks to breathe like a snorkel in deep water. Elephants are herbivores and can spend up to 16 hours a day collecting leaves, twigs, bamboos, and roots. Elephants are used to ride and to carry heavy load. In the past, elephants were used in the battlefield.
Push. A man was sleeping at night in his cabin, when suddenly his room filled with light and God appeared. The Lord told the man he had work for him to do and showed him a large rock in front of his cabin. The Lord explained that the man was to push against the rock with all his might. So this the man did day after day. For many years he toiled from sun up to down. This soldier sat squarely against the cold, massive surface of the unmoving rock, pushing with all of his might. Each night the man returned to his cabin sore and worn out, feeling that this whole day has been spent in vain. Since the man was showing discouragement, the adversary decided to enter the picture by placing thoughts into the very mind. You have been pushing against that rock for a long time and it hasn't moved. Thus he gave the man the impression that the task was impossible and that he was a failure. These thoughts discouraged and disheartened the man. Satan says, "Why do you kill yourself over this? Just put in your time, giving just the minimum effort, and that will be good enough." That's what the weary man planned to do, but decided to make it a matter of prayer and to take his troubled thought to the Lord. "Lord," he said, "I have labored long and hard in your service, putting all my strength to do that which you have asked. Yet, after all this time, I have not even budged that rock by half a millimeter. What is wrong? Why am I failing?" The Lord responded compassionately, "My friend, when I asked you to serve me, and you accepted, I told you that your task was to push against the rock with all your strength, which you have done. Never once did I mention to you that I expected you to move it. Your task was to push, and now you come to me with your strength spent, thinking that you have failed. But is that really so? Look at yourself. Your arms are strong and muscled, your back snowy and brown, your hands are rough from constant pressure, your legs have become massive and hard. Through opposition you have grown much, and your abilities now surpass that which you used to have. True, you haven't moved the rock, but your calling was to be obedient and to push and to exercise your faith and trust in my wisdom. That you have done. Now I, my friend, will move the rock. At times, when we hear a word from God, we tend to use our own intellect to decipher what He wants, when actually what God wants is just a simple obedience and faith in Him. By all means, exercise the faith that moves mountains, but know that it is still God who moves mountains. When everything seems to go wrong, just push. When the job gets you down, just push. When people don't react the way you think they should, just push. When your money is gone and the bills are due, just push. When people just don't understand you, just push. When you fail in exam, just push it. Pray and practice you until yes something yet happens. Push.
Drill 1. Hello, Aditi. Where were you for 3 days? You didn't come to school. Were you sick?
Yes, I was absent for 3 days. I was not sick, but I had a very special program at my house.
Very special. Wow. What's that, Aditi?
Marriage.
Marriage? Whose marriage?
My sister's marriage.
Congratulations. But you didn't tell us.
It happened all of a sudden, so could not tell you all.
Okay, no problem. My best wishes are for your sister and her husband.
Thank you. Drill 2.
Did you give him my letter?
Oh, sorry, I forgot it.
Please give him in the evening.
Sure. Drill 3.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi, Sivani. How are you?
Fine. Where did you go yesterday?
I went to mother's maternal home. And you?
I did not go anywhere. I stayed at home all the day. What did you do there?
There was puja, so we went there. And what did you do?
I completed my homework, took a bath, washed dress, and watched Nepali movie.
Which film did you watch?
Sundar Mero Naam. Have you watched this film?
No, I haven't watched this film. How was the film?
It's really good.
Drill 4.
Did you switch off light?
No, I didn't.
Why?
I thought it was not necessary.
Drill 5.
Did you attend morning assembly today?
No, I did not.
Why?
I had a headache.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Drill 6.
Did you study visual English yesterday?
No, we didn't.
Why? Was your teacher absent?
No, our teacher was not absent, but we had our intercourse quiz contest in the class.
It was great. Which house won the quiz?
Red House.
Did you take part?
Yes, I did. Drill 7.
Didn't you bring umbrella?
Oh yes, but I forgot it.
Where did you keep?
I left it at the school. Did you complete English project, Trust Me?
No, I did not.
Why?
I was sick yesterday.
Oh, sorry to hear that. What happened to you?
I had a diarrhea. I took a rest.
Did you take any medicine?
No, I did not take any medicine.
Didn't you take Zibanjal?
Yes, I did.
What did you do?
I went to the zoo.
Who went with you?
My parents and brother.
What did you see there?
I saw birds, animals, and fish there.
What kinds of animals did you see there?
We saw deer, elephant, tiger, lion, bear, ostrich, peacock, etc.
Did you enjoy a lot?
Yes, I enjoyed a lot. It is really fantastic to visit zoo.
Didn't you take any photos?
Yes, we did. I'll show you.
Thank you. Papa, you know what hurts me most? It is not lost balloons, nor Barbies with broken legs, not kites with broken strings, nor even broken promises. You know what hurts me most? It is not dentist visits, nor needles and injection, not colorless medicines in green little bottles. You know what hurts me most? It is not the rainbow that fades, nor the daisy that withers, not the kitten with a broken leg, nor my broken little swing. You know what hurts me most. It is not being chased by bullies, not being called names, not scoring my test so badly, nor being told off so rudely. You know what hurts me most? It is when you leave me alone to cuddle my doll alone, too busily working day and night, not even kissing me good night. You know what hurts me most? It is when you are busily walking away, on your phone talking away. And when I call Papa so loud, I see on your face a dark cloud. I want a pat to sit on your lap, a beer hug, a playful slap. I want to sit on your shoulders, to look at the world of colors. Papa, you know what hurts me most. It is when you act as though I didn't exist.
The Kingdom of Wishes. Once a young prince became the king after the death of his father king. On the first night after becoming the king, he saw a dream. An angel came in front of him and said, "Oh, young king, I am an angel from heaven. I am here to fulfill your one wish." The king requested her to give time to hold meeting. The king held a meeting with his 3 advisers and said, "An angel promised me to fulfill my wish. I wish that people of our kingdom would live happily. Tell me, which kingdom do they need?" "The Kingdom of Wishes," one of the advisers said immediately. The second and the third adviser wanted to say something too, but did not have time. The young king closed eyes and called the angel again. The angel said, "What is your wish?" "I wish that the desires of all the citizens would be fulfilled. Let my kingdom be the kingdom of wishes." The angel said, "Tathastu, let it be fulfilled." She reminded the king that no one could use his or her wish twice. From that moment, strange events started to happen in the whole kingdom. Many people became rich, some hearts turned into palaces, someone get wings and started to fly, the others became young. People became sure that their wishes are being fulfilled immediately and everyone started to wish more than the other one. But soon they discovered that there was a lack of wishes and began to envy those who still had their wishes. Therefore, they greedily stole wishes from their neighbors, friends, children. Many people had overcome by the anger and they wished something bad to others. Palaces were collapsing and new palaces were built on their places immediately. Someone became a baby and started to send calamities to others. Someone mourned in pain and then gloated, sending more painful sufferings to other people. Peace and harmony disappeared in the kingdom of wishes. People feuded, sent the arrows of spite and ill will to each other. One man excelled the other in his craftiness. He wished a dangerous disease for himself and tried to infect it other people, hugging, kissing them, and shaking their hands. The first adviser immediately dethroned the young king and proclaimed himself as a king. But soon he was dethroned by another man. That man was dethroned by someone else, and a scrabble of 1,000 ruthless wishes began around the throne. There was a complete anarchy in the kingdom. The young king was no more a king. He was hopeless and frustrated. He had no idea what to do. The young king ran away from the town. He met an old man on the edge of the kingdom. The old man was ploughing the land and singing a song. "You have no wishes?" the king asked the old man with surprise. "Surely I have them," the old man said. "Why don't you fulfill them immediately like other people do?" "Because I don't want to lose happiness like all citizens of our kingdom did." "But you are poor and you may become rich. You are old and you may become young." "I am a richest man," the old man answered. "I ploughed the land and so built up a pure path from my heart to my God. And I am younger than you, because my soul is like a baby's." The king said with regret, "If you were my adviser, I would not have made a mistake." "I was your adviser, but you did not listen," said the old man with no sense of reproach and continued to plough the land.
The invention of shoes. Long ago, people lived happily under the rule of a king. The people of kingdom were very happy as they led a very prosperous life with an abundance of wealth and no misfortunes. They loved their king very much because their king cared them very much. Once the king decided to go visiting places of historical importance and pilgrim centers and distant places. He decided to travel on foot to interact with his people. People of distant places were very happy to have a conversation with their beloved king. They were proud that their king had a kind heart. After several weeks of travel, the king returned to the palace. He was quite happy that he had visited many pilgrim centers and witnessed his people leading a prosperous life. However, he had one regret. He had intolerable pain in his feet as it was his first trip on foot covering a long distance. He complained to his ministers that the roads were uncomfortable and that they were very stony. He could not tolerate the pain. He said that he was very much worried about the people who had to walk along those roads as it would be painful for them too. It was a time when people didn't know about the shoes. People walked barefoot. They didn't have idea of shoes. Considering all those, he ordered his servants to cover the roads in the whole country with leather, so that the people of this kingdom can walk comfortably. The king's ministers were stunned to hear his order, as it would mean that thousands of cows, bulls, buffaloes, goats, and other animals would have to be slaughtered in order to get sufficient quantity of leather, and it would cost a huge amount of money also. Finally, a wise man from the ministry came to the king and said that he had an idea. The king asked what the alternative idea was. The minister said, "Instead of covering the roads with leather, why don't you just have a piece of leather cut in appropriate shape to cover your feet?" The king was very surprised by his suggestion and applauded the wisdom of the minister. He ordered a pair of leather shoes for himself and requested all his countrymen also to wear shoes. After that, people started wearing shoes by themselves. They felt comfortable while walking on shoes.
The butterfly. One day a small gap appeared in the cocoon, through which the butterfly had to appear. A boy who accidentally passed by stopped and watched how the butterfly was trying to get out of the cocoon. It took a lot of time. The butterfly was trying very hard, and the gap was as little as before. It seemed that the power would leave the butterfly soon. The boy decided to help the butterfly. He took a penknife and cut the cocoon. The butterfly immediately got out, but its body was weak and feeble, and the wings were barely moving. The boy continued to watch the butterfly, thinking that now its wing would separate and it would fly. However, that did not happen. The rest of its life, the butterfly had to struggle its weak body and wings that were not spread. It was unable to fly because the boy did not realize that an effort to enter through the narrow gap of the cocoon was necessary for the butterfly, so that the life-giving fluid would move from the body to the butterfly's wing and that the butterfly could fly. Life forced the butterfly to leave its shell hardly, so that it would become stronger and would be able to grow and develop. If we were allowed to live without meeting difficulties, we would not be sustainable. Life gives us challenge to make us strong. Drill 1.
Excuse me,
Yes, please.
can you tell me the way to the nearest hospital?
Yes. Go straight for about 10 minutes. After that, turn right and go straight, and you will see a prime bank on your left. Then go 100 meters ahead and look at the opposite side. There you will see a Pathan hospital.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Drill 2.
Excuse me, Silla.
Can I help you?
Can you tell me the way to the supermarket?
Yes. Turn left. Go straight for about 5 minutes. Then you'll find the supermarket.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Excuse me, please.
Yes, sir.
Could you tell me the way to the nearest bank?
Yes, walk along the road, turn right. The NIC bank is on your left.
Thank you very much.
You are most welcome. Drill 5.
Excuse me.
Yes, please.
Can you tell me the way to the bus stop?
Go straight ahead for 10 minutes. You will see the roundabout. Turn left and go ahead about 100 meters. There you will see the bus stop.
Thank you very much.
Excuse me, please.
Yes, how can I help you?
Could you tell me the way to the post office, please?
Yes, go straight ahead for 5 minutes. You will reach the roundabout. Then turn right and go ahead for 10 minutes. You will see the board of New Vision School in front of you. On your left, the post office is opposite to the school.
Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure to help you.
Ajay has come to visit New City. He is staying in a hotel. He asks a staff of hotel to how to reach Super Shopping Mall. The staff, with the help of a map, he tells him how to reach. He writes it on a paper and gives. He says to him, follow the direction written on this paper. When confusion, you can look at the map or ask the location. First you need to go straight till the roundabout, then turn left and go ahead 2 kilometers. There you will see Catholic Church. Then turn right of the church. After driving 500 meters, there is a division of road. Then choose the left one. After 100-meter drive, you will see ABC Bank on the right. There is roundabout. You need to go to the west. So turn left and after 200 meters, you will see Super Shopping Mall.
My mother is not employed. My mother is not employed because she makes tea, makes the beds, packs lunches, irons my clothes, washes shirts, my shorts, and my smelly socks, drives me to school, picks me from the school, meets my teachers, worries about my grades, buys new shoes, the old one has the holes, forget to get the shoe polish, goes back to the shop, shows, pays the bills, fixes my teeth, at the dentist who care for the teeth, answers the phone, writes the notes, scrubs the floor, dusts the chairs, gets me ready. She is on a mission. In time for my tennis session, drives to the club with me at the back. An hour time and then we are back. Cook dinner with delicious bacon and soup with sweet baby corn. Won't forget a special cookie, especially baked for me. Get me to take a bath and my homework math. All the while mending clothes, there's a hole in a dad's pant. Time for a sleep. It's a starry night. Kisses me sweet good night, talks me in and says goodbye. Good night and hums a lullaby. When someone asks her, are you employed? My mom says with a warm smile, no, not really.
The Palace of Mirror. A long time ago there was a great king. He was fond of arts and architectures. He had made many amazing palaces and buildings. People used to come to see these palaces and buildings from far away. The king was known as the King of Palaces. Once he ordered to build a beautiful palace which had many wonderful things in it. Among other curiosities, in the palace there was a hall, where all the walls, the ceilings, the doors, the windows, and even the floor were made of mirror. The mirrors were so clear and smooth that visitors didn't understand at once that there was a mirror in front of them. So accurately, the mirrors would reflect the objects. Moreover, the walls of this hall were made in a way that they created an extraordinary increased echo. Once a dog ran into the hall late in the evening when there was none in the hall, and it froze in surprise in the middle of the hall. A whole pack of dogs surrounded it from all sides, from above and below, just in case the dog bared his teeth, and all the reflection responded to it in the way. Frightened, the dog frantically barked. The echo imitated the bark and increased it many times. The dog barked even harder, and the echo was keeping up. The dog tossed from one side to another, biting the air. His reflection also tossed around, snapping their teeth. It continued barking and jumped till the last breath. It could not come out and fell down on the floor. In the morning the guards found the miserable dog, lifeless and surrounded by a million reflections of lifeless dogs. There was nobody who would make any harm to the dog. The dog died by fighting with his own reflection. The world doesn't bring good or evil on its own. Everything that is happening around us is a reflection of our own thoughts, feelings, wishes, and actions. The world is a big mirror.
The Monument of Love. The story of Taj Mahal reflects the power of love. The fairy tale began in the bazaar of Agra. One day Prince Khurram was walking through the bazaar. He saw a girl on the way. She was so beautiful that the prince fell in love with her. It was a love at first sight for both of them. After 5 years, on an auspicious day, they were married, and from that moment began that the great epic of love. Shahjahan, the king of the world. Prince Khurram was the third son of Emperor Jahangir Khan. He was the man of extraordinary wisdom, a great warrior and a lover of art. His father Jahangir Khan loved him very much. He entitled him Shahjahan, the king of the world. Mumtaz Mahal, the chosen one of the palace. Mumtaz Mahal, the chosen one of the palace, was combination of beauty and brain. She was her husband's best friend and soulmate. She was a great lover of art. The end of the fairy tale. In 1631, Mumtaz felt childbirth complications. The king tried to save her life but could not. At the last moment of her life, she got a promise from his beloved king to make a monument to make their love immortal. For a long time, the king could not feel relief from the shock of her beloved queen. He called the world's most famous artists and ordered them to make the wonderful monument in her memory. It took 22 years to complete the monument. He named it after her name, Taj Mahal. It is the seventh wonder of the world. It is the memento of love with the perfection of the art. The carvings of Taj Mahal were decorated with very precious gemstones. After the death of Shahjahan, he was also buried beside his beloved queen inside the monument. The story of Taj Mahal is unique in itself. It is an evidence that how the emotions and feelings are important to human life. The story of Taj Mahal is an example of devotion and faith. The story of Taj Mahal is a love story not found in papers but it stands in a structural form. The story of Taj Mahal is
You need to see the dentist. Oh, you need to see the dentist for a rotten tooth. Sure, I can help you. Why, I have lived here all my life. I know these streets and these people inside and out. You see that little girl up the road, the one with corn silk hair, crouched and looking at a dead bird. And she is holding a white balloon. Yeah, her. Make the first right after you pass her. Go about 3 blocks until you see a 54-year-old woman sitting on her veranda, her brow creased with the stress of keeping her married daughter's infidelity a secret, which also, by the by, echoes her own failed attempts at love outside her unhappy marriage, and then make the next left. Cross the tracks and continue until you see a gas station run by a 20-something young man. The gas station was left to him by his father, who raised him alone. The young man is wearing a stained pair of overalls and is haunted by the childhood memory of seeing his father kissing the mailman through the kitchen window, and how that has colored his own sexual experiences. Make a left there. After a few blocks you will see a park with a tall white wooden cross. Can't miss it. The cross will have fresh flowers at the base and a raven sitting on it. There is always a raven or 2 on that thing. That's a memorial to the mayor's daughter who was killed by a drunk driver just last year. Rumor has it that mayor himself was driving. But I don't know what to believe since the mayor's brother confessed to doing it. Anyways, go past that and the dentist's office is right there on the next block on your right. If you see a first-generation daughter of immigrants caught between her parents' expectations and the social system of American capitalism standing alone by the road with a red guitar case, you have gone too far. She is trying to find room for her heritage while forging a new identity after getting laid off from her high-flying finance job in Manhattan and returning to her small hometown. Just turn around and head back the way you came. Good luck with the rotten tooth, kid, and don't talk to that girl with the balloon up ahead. That's the ghost of mayor's daughter. What would you like to have? Fruit juice, soda, tea, chocolate, Milo or coffee?
tea, please.
Ceylon tea, herbal tea, bush tea, honey bush tea, iced tea or green tea?
Ceylon tea.
How would you like it, black or white?
White.
Milk, whitener or condensed milk?
White milk.
Goat milk, camel milk or cow milk?
With cow milk, please.
Milk from Friesland cow or Afrikaner cow?
I'll take it black.
Would you like it with sweetener, sugar or honey?
With sugar.
Beet sugar or cane sugar?
Cane sugar.
white, brown, or yellow sugar?
Forget about the tea. Just give me a glass of water instead.
Mineral water or still water?
Mineral water.
Flavor or non-flavor?
I'll rather die of thirst.
Drill 1.
Excuse me, is this your pencil?
No, it's not mine. It's your pencil.
Excuse me, Mom.
Yes, dear.
Can I take your mobile, please?
Why, dear?
To play games.
Did you finish homework?
Yes, Mom.
Okay, take it.
Thank you, Mom.
Drill 3.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Would you mind repeating the answer?
Okay.
Drill 4.
Excuse me, is this my book?
No, it's not yours. It's mine.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Drill 5.
Mom, are we going out for dinner?
No.
Then what are you going to prepare for dinner?
What do you like, roti or rice?
I like rice, Mom.
And vegetable or chicken?
Chicken, Mom.
Okay. Drill 6.
Hello, Pinky. Are you reading or watching TV?
Mom, I'm reading. When will you come, Mom?
I'll come at 5 o'clock.
Mom, will you bring chicken roast or momo?
What do you like?
Momo, Mom.
Okay.
Drill 7.
Excuse me, ma'am. Will we play or read?
We will play today.
Hooray!
Drill 8.
Will you give us homework or project work, ma'am?
Project work.
Thank you, ma'am.
Dad, is that a bear? No, that is not a bear. That is a lion. Is that a monkey? Yes, it is. Is that a coconut tree, Dad? No, it's not. It's a jackfruit.
Drill 10.
Is it your umbrella, Rinky?
No, it's not mine. It's hers.
In the living room, Robbie works in a government office. He is talking with his wife in the living room. Rosie, what's about going out for dinner?
That sounds cool. Today is Friday also. Let me call Pinky and Prakash. They are studying in the study room. Pinky,
Yes, Mom.
did you finish homework?
No, Mom. Why, Mom?
Finish quick. We'll go out for a dinner.
Yahoo! Hooray! In the restaurant. What will you take, Prakash? Dad, I'll eat chicken pizza.
I like veg pizza.
Let's have mutton biryani, Rosie.
Okay.
Will you take ice cream, Pinky?
Yes, I will take vanilla.
I will take strawberry. And you, Rosie?
I like chocobar. What will you take?
I will take milk coffee. After dinner at the counter. Excuse me, how much is the bill?
1,640 rupees only.
Here you are.
Tihar, Day of the God and the ways to praise Lord. Festival of beautiful lights, peculiar in the world. Far sides of those dim and bright, symbolism of harmony and victory of those fight. 5 days of festival in the name of yours. Pray the crow and the dog as your messenger. Cow is incarnation and Lakshmi goddess of wealth, always gives us relation with a prosperous health. Christmas. Christmas is an annual festival celebrated in remembrance of the birth of Jesus Christ. It is major Christian festival, though in some places Christmas is also celebrated by non-Christians. Why do we celebrate Christmas? The birth of Jesus Christ, the great founder of the Christian faith, falls on 25th of December. Christians believe Jesus Christ to be the Son and Messenger of God. He is the light of the world. Christians believe that if they follow Jesus, then he will remove all the darkness of their life with his light. Hence, we celebrate Christmas festival on this day. How do we celebrate Christmas? December is considered as a great season of goodwill and merriment. So, Christmas is greeted with special merriment and rejoicing everywhere. It is an occasion for happy family gatherings and festivities. The Christians all over the world decorate their homes. They cheerfully wear new clothes, make special cakes, and share feasts with others. Christmas has always been very much a time of family reunion. Today it is also a children's festival. They sing Christmas carols in memory of Christ's birth. The children are given various presents, and Santa Claus or Father Christmas visit as the friend and protector of children. The Christmas tree, with its beautiful decorations, lights and its shining star at the top, is a great attraction of the Christmas. Conclusion. But today, Christmas is not only a festival of Christians. The Hindus, the Muslims, and the people of other faiths also celebrate the occasion and share the merriment with the Christians.
Three wishes. Once upon a time, a poor woodcutter headed into the forest to chop down a few trees and sell the wood in a nearby town. Just as the woodcutter was about to cut down an old oak tree, he heard a voice. "Please, kind woodcutter, do not cut this tree." "Who are you?" asked the woodcutter. "I am a fairy," said the voice. The woodcutter said, "And why not? I need the wood to sell in the town so that I have money to buy food. I cannot tell you why, but I promise if you do as I ask, good luck will be yours," said the fairy. "Very well, I will not cut this tree," said the woodcutter. Then the fairy said, "Dear woodcutter, you have a good and kind heart. I will grant your next three wishes." The fairy flew into the forest. The woodcutter headed home to tell his wife of their good fortune. "Wife, wife, I have a fine story to tell you," said the woodcutter. "Wife, what a wonderful thing it is to have three wishes. Let's not be hasty. Let's wait until morning before we make a single wish." "A wise idea. That way we will be able to think more clearly. But for now I am as hungry as a bear. Where's the supper?" "Wife, supper will be ready in an hour." Woodcutter, 1 hour, but I am starving. I wish I had a big sausage right now. Now, no sooner had the woodcutter said the words when a sausage appeared on the table. "Wife, you fool, look what you have done. You have wasted one wish. How could you be so foolish?" The woodcutter's wife scolded her husband. Now the woodcutter was not pleased by his wife's nagging, so he said, "I wish that the sausage was stuck on your nose." And the sausage stuck to his wife's nose. "Wife, you fool, look what you have done. Do something." The woodcutter tried and tried to remove the sausage, but it was no use. It was stuck there for good. Then the woodcutter said, "There's only one thing I do. I wish the sausage was back on the plate." The sausage landed back on the plate. The woodcutter and his wife sat down and ate the sausage. And that's the story of the three wishes.
Chase your dream. As he was a kid, his father, as a horse trainer, was moving from stable to stable, from ranch to ranch, training horses. Thus, the boy's school career was constantly interrupted. One day, when he was a senior, the teacher asked him to write about what he wanted to be when he grew up. He didn't hesitate a minute and wrote 7 pages paper about his aim to be an owner of horse ranch. He wrote many details and drew a location of buildings and stables and even a detailed house plan. 2 days later, he received his paper back with letter F on the front page. After class, he came to teacher and asked, "Why did I receive an F?" The teacher responded, "This dream is so unrealistic for a boy like you, who has no money, no resources, and who comes from a rootless family. There is no possibility that you will reach your great goals one day." Then the teacher offered to rewrite the paper with more realistic attitude. The boy went home and asked his father how he should act. The father answered, "This decision is very important for you, so you have to make your own mind on this." After several days, the boy brought the same paper to his teacher. No changes were made. He said, "Keep the F and I will keep my dream." Now Monty Roberts owns 4,000 square foot house in the middle of 200-acre horse farm, and he still has that school paper, which now is framed over the fireplace. Remember, you have to follow your heart, never give up, move on with determination and persistence, and never let anyone take your dreams away. Drill 2.
Hello, it's me Sapana from Eden Garden School. Who is speaking on phone?
Hello, it's me Bill's mother. Is there any special, please?
I'm afraid to say that your son Bill is not feeling well. Would you come to receive him?
Sorry to hear that. What happened to him? How is he feeling now?
He has a fever for an hour and feeling cold. Would you come now?
Okay, his father will come soon. Thank you for your help. Drill 3.
Hello, it's me, Urmila.
Hello, Urmila. Thank you for calling. Anyway, how are you?
Fine. And you?
We are also fine. What's your plan for tomorrow?
Nothing special, but father's saying to go to cinema. What's your?
What a coincidence. My parents are also planning to go to cinema. Which film are you planning to see?
It's Prem Geet.
What a surprise. Everything is same here. We are also planning to see Prem Geet. Thanks God. Which cinema hall, Urmila?
Gopi Krishna Hall, Chave Hill.
Oh God, we are also planning to go there. How good is it? Which show are you planning, Urmila?
Day so.
Day show, exactly the same. Thank God, it's fantastic. We will enjoy it much.
I called you for that and God made everything already. What a surprise. Okay, bye.
Bye, see you tomorrow.
Drill 4. Can I speak to Amar?
Can I ask who is speaking?
Rahul?
Where are you calling from?
Kathmandu.
The company name, please.
It's a personal call.
Is Amar expecting your call?
No.
Okay, let me try his line for you. I'm sorry, Rahul, but Amar isn't available at the moment. Can I help you with anything or take a message?
Please tell him to call me back.
Okay, I'll tell him.
Thank you for your help.
It's my pleasure to help you.
Drill 5. Dad, as thorough, how was your school? It was nice. We had a drawing competition and I got the first position. Wow, well done, Sora. What is it that in your hand? It's a notice for fees. Can you read it for me, my son? As Dad, tomorrow I'll pay your fees. Thank you, Dad.
Dear John, I live in Pokhara. It is beautiful city of Nepal. We always pass a fabulous time here. The climate is really pleasant. Here is neither too hot nor too cold. It is city of lakes. Fair Lake is the first attraction of people. The Davis Falls is another one. The Mathapuchri Himal creates its beauty. You can see the Himalayan range from Pokhara. It is in the lap of these mountains and hills. It is the center of the tourists. Those who visit Nepal don't want to miss Pokhara. The roads are clean and greenery. People are very cooperative and friendly. In the evening, Pokhara sings in its lights and music. We are friends for a long time on Facebook. I'll feel great pleasure if you write to me about your city. Please do come once to see this paradise on the earth. Yours, Sagar Himire. You can do anything. There's a mountain before you, one you feel you can never climb. The distance is frightening, but I know you can make it to the other side if only you try. I have seen the strength that you carry inside. I have seen the will, the passion, the fight in your eyes. I have witnessed your ambition. I know you can do it one more time. You can do anything. You can be anyone. You can be happy too. But first you must believe in the power of you. You are powerful, valuable, beautiful and brave. And I know that you know you can make it through tomorrow. If you can get through today, I will be there for you every step of the way. Influence of music. One day King Akbar had invited musicians from all over the kingdom for a musical competition in his court. The musicians from all over the kingdom gathered to show their talents. They all were proud of their talents and claimed that they could impress anyone with their music. When they came there, they saw a bull sitting in the middle of the court and munching itself in relax. They were all surprised to see a bull because it was supposed to be musical competition. They could not understand its mystery. King Akbar entered the court and announced, I know you all are great musicians, so whoever would entertain and capture the bull's interest would be declared as the winner. All the musicians came one by one and played the most melodious and soothing music for the bull. But the bull showed no interest. It was in its own world, giving no importance to any music. The emperor was astonished to see that none of the musicians succeeded in the task. He was angry with the musicians. Birbal was sitting in the corner and listening to their music. He stood from his seat and said, Your Majesty, may I also get a chance to try my luck? Hearing this, all the musicians burst into laughter. Birbal looked at them and smiled. Birbal, I don't want to see my beloved minister being teased and laugh like this, said the king. Your Majesty, have I ever made you disappointed? But Birbal, if so, I will be no more your minister, Lord, said Birbal. They were amazed to see Birbal's overconfidence because he was not a musician but a minister in the court. They thought Birbal's ending is approaching him. Birbal went to the stage and played his music, which sounded a little like cows mooing. To everyone's amazement, the bull found it interesting. The bull was listening to the sound carefully. It stood up and bellowed and moved into a happy way towards Birbal. Seeing this, all other musicians bowed down their heads in shame. King Akbar was very happy and proud of Birbal. He declared Birbal as the winner.
The giant turnip. Once upon a time, an old man planted a little turnip, and the old man spoke to his little turnip, "Grow, grow, little turnip, grow sweet, grow, grow, little turnip, grow strong." And the turnip grew sweet and strong and big and all enormous. Then one day the old man went to pull up his enormous turnip. He pulled and he pulled, but he could not pull it up. So the old man called out to the old woman, "Come and help me to pull up my big, sweet, strong and enormous turnip." So the old woman pulled the man, and the old man pulled the turnip. They pulled and pulled again, but they could not pull it up. The old woman called out to the granddaughter, "Come and help us pull up this big, sweet, strong and enormous turnip." So the granddaughter pulled the old woman, and the old woman pulled the old man, and the old man pulled the turnip. They pulled and pulled again, but they could not pull it up. The granddaughter called out to the big black dog, "Come and help us to pull this big, sweet, strong and enormous turnip." So the dog pulled the granddaughter, and the granddaughter pulled the old woman, and the old woman pulled the old man, and the old man pulled the turnip. They pulled and pulled again all, but they could not pull it up. The dog called out to the lazy brown cat, "Come and help us pull out this big, sweet, strong and enormous turnip." So the cat pulled the dog, and the dog pulled the granddaughter, and the granddaughter pulled the old woman, and the old woman pulled the old man, and the old man pulled the turnip. They pulled and pulled again, but they could not pull it up. The cat called out to a tiny little mouse, "Come and help us to pull out this big, sweet, strong and enormous turnip." So the mouse pulled the cat, and the cat pulled the dog, and the dog pulled the granddaughter, and the granddaughter pulled the old woman, and the old woman pulled the old man, and the old man pulled the turnip. They pulled and pulled again. Mouse, and you know what happened to the great, big, enormous turnip? All. No, please tell us, Mouse. Well, it came up, course, all. When the turnip came out in the grandfather's hand, he and everyone fell down on their back.
Number of crows. Akbar was a great Mughal emperor and Birbal was his waiting minister. One day Akbar was taking a walk in his garden with Birbal. Many crows were flying around. As he observed the birds flying, he thought of asking Birbal a tricky question. He asked, "How many crows are there in our kingdom, Birbal?" Birbal thought for a moment and then said, "There are 95,463 crows in your kingdom, Huzur." "How do you know that for sure?" the king asked. "You can get them counted, Huzur," Birbal said. The emperor again said, "If there are less than that, then?" Birbal replied immediately, "That means that the rest of them have gone on vacation to some neighboring kingdoms." "And if there are more than that, then?" asked Akbar. "Then it means that other crows have come to visit their relatives in our kingdom, Huzur," said the witty minister. Akbar was very pleased with the answer that Birbal gave, and the king gave him a suitable reward. Ability is to look at a piece of paper and create a masterpiece. A painting, a poem, a song, a story. Ability is to walk into a room full of strangers and come out with friends. Ability is to find someone who is sad and make them smile. Ability is to pick up a book and find knowledge, history, stories and wisdom. Ability is to start out with parts and pieces and make a building. Ability is to walk up to someone and say more than a simple hello. Ability is to make a house a home. Ability is to keep friendships alive even through the hardest times. Ability is to take a tree and make it a roaring fire. Ability is to have someone who wants to be just like you. Ability is to keep moving forward. Ability is to accomplish things and feel accomplished. Ability is all the little things in life, but you put as much effort into them as you would get the big things. Ability is to find yourself on the ground and make a decision not to stay there. Ability is do not let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. Dear teacher, my gifted child is in your class. Dear teacher, welcome back to school. My child is so happy to be in your class this year. We know you are a wonderful and dedicated teacher and you care so much about your students. I know the beginning of school is very busy, but I wanted to tell you a little bit about my child. Although he really loves to learn, he is somewhat anxious about being back in school again. Please don't think I am bragging, but my child is gifted, and that has brought some unexpected challenges to my child and our family. I know to many people, being gifted means he will do very well in school, but that hasn't always been true for my child. I'm sure you have seen that gifted students aren't always smarter, better behaved, or more mature than other students. I know my child isn't. My child is just a kid who thinks way differently, maybe ahead a few grade levels in some subjects. It's a bit intense, and he sometimes struggles in school. Last year, school wasn't easy for my child for a few reasons. He may be working a grade level or 2 or even 3 ahead of other students in some subjects, but not in all subjects. He just doesn't excel in all areas all the time, and although he may seem older than this year, he doesn't always behave like you would think he should. I'm sure you know how gifted children can be emotionally immature, although they seem much older than their age. That is exactly my kid. He's just not that perfect little soldier some people expect him to be. Makes me feel like I'm parenting a child with the brain of an adult but the temperament of a toddler sometimes. Lol. I hope you understand. Also, he can be really intense in class when you are teaching one of his favorite topics. He may raise his hand often and instantly talk about a subject he is passionate about. I'll apologize in advance because he will also like to challenge you on information or facts he feels are not quite right, especially when it's a topic he is hooked on. He's not being snotty or a show-off. He's really just very excited to be learning about a subject he feels strongly about. He can be really intense, which is one of those common behaviors for gifted kids. I just wanted to let you know this about his intensity, so you wouldn't think he was just being a know-it-all or trying to show off. It is just that he's in his happy place when learning something he enjoys. He just gets carried away. And speaking of looking like a know-it-all, he was teased about that last year in school by some of his classmates. I know he may seem older than this age and looks like he could handle the teasing, and it hurts him a lot. He is extremely sensitive like a lot of gifted kids, and being teased is part of his fear of going back to school. His anxiety is through the roof at home and because he fears being called a show-off at school, and he feels like he doesn't fit in. Last year, his teacher said he often kept to himself and chose to work alone. I know as a teacher you are incredibly busy, but could you keep an eye out for anyone teasing him or if he seems to be keeping to himself too much? Lastly, his therapist mentioned that because of teasing and maybe because he was bored, last year in school he is showing signs of becoming an underachiever. Please let me know if his grades start slipping. Underachievement is also common in gifted kids, especially when they are not happy or not learning challenging new things in school. That is what his therapist said. I don't think it will be because my child is lazy. He used to love to learn. Oh, who would have ever thought that gifted children were not the perfect students most everyone thinks they are? Thank you for taking the time to read and understand about my child and his gifted cures. Don't hesitate to call or email me if there are any problems with my child at school. Believe me, We know very well how sensitive, emotional, and intense he can be. I hope you have a wonderful school year. Sincerely, Mom of a Gifted Child.